Why are we born?
If you're asking why in terms of what is the purpose of my birth, what if there is no purpose? This question, what is the purpose of my birth, arises only because somewhere your experience of life has become quite meaningless. You want some God-ordained purpose for your existence. You wouldn't ask this. Right now, if your head is blown away in ecstasy, if every cell is bursting in ecstatic experience, you wouldn't ask, why am I born? Isn't it? You're sitting there, this damn satsang, the legs are falling asleep, everything is hurting. Now, why am I born? What is the purpose of this pain? That's what you're asking. If you are bursting with ecstasy, you wouldn't ask, why am I born? Isn't it so? Would you, I'm asking you? No. So, first thing you have to do is, you have to transform your experience of life. If you are not blissful, what I have to say you will not understand. You will not understand because you're coming from a certain kind of experience of life. I seem very arrogant and irresponsible, which I'm not, but it seems like that because I'm coming from an intoxicated experience of life. You are sober and legs are hurting. For you, why am I born is a big question. For me, it's a joke. So first you must transform your experience and then look for the answer, because in your present condition, if you look for the answer, you will come to all kinds of wrong conclusions. So, with pain in your leg, if you ask, why am I born? Immediately I could have told you, I could have gathered lots of miserable people around me, as most spiritual gatherings are. If I tell you, God is testing you, God is testing you, then you won't move. It doesn't matter, the leg is going crazy. The leg is singing songs, but God is testing me, I must pass the test. Your own expectations you fail, it's okay, but God's expectation, can you fail? So I could tell you Shiva is testing you. He doesn't care, you know. He's too he's too inebriated. So, what if there is no purpose? And there is no purpose. Life is a purpose unto itself. It doesn't need any purpose. This question comes up because you have not tasted the grandeur of life. This question comes up because you have not realized the immensity of what it means to be human. So if that experience comes into you, then you will not ask why, because why is irrelevant. Who cares why? It's too fabulous, it's too fantastic, it's stupendous. Why would you ask why? Right now it's meager. Here and there are some experiences to keep your life going. The rest of it is too meager, getting up in the morning, going to the toilet, cooking breakfast, eating, going to the office. Once in a way, one moment of success, once in a way a moment of pleasure, a moment of love, a moment of joy here and there, those things are keeping you going. The rest of it is too meager, isn't it? Isn't it so? That is why this question. If every moment of your life becomes absolutely exuberant and bursting within you, why would be a ridiculous question, isn't it? So this… we can put some enthusiasm into your life saying God is testing you or God is kissing you. What are you, Krishna or Shiva, what are you? Jesus what? Huh? Oh, that's tough. One will kiss you, another will test you, another I don't know what. That's too much, just choose one, okay? If you want kiss, you choose this, if you want test, you choose that. But if you say everything, that's a lot of trouble. I want you to know, this show has been run by such people for a long time, for a very long time. So, they will tell you many things. I'm telling you, there is no purpose to your life if you do not realize the exuberance of your existence. You can invent purposes. If you realize the exuberance of this existence, if you experience the ecstasy of being here, then who the hell is bothered about the purpose? You don't need a purpose if you are ecstatic, isn't it?
There are times where I feel really good about things and I'm able to see, life in a very positive light. But as you said, there are memories and even when I meet people and I try to be positive, there are a lot of times when the negativities take over. I'm not able to maintain this state of mind all the time, and then I feel dejected, when I look back that, I was like this, I got angry, even with my children, with my relationships, I sometimes am not able to keep this positive, absolutely exuberant state of mind all the time. So, I just want to know what I can do about it.
All you need to do is just be the way you want to be. How do you want to be? That's all. It's that simple, but it's also that far away, isn't it? It's that simple. After all, you want to be joyful, just be that way, who's stopping you? No, they're doing this. See, now, you don't want them to do what they want to do, but you want to do what you want to do. This is a problem. If you want to do what you want to do, you must also be okay with everybody doing what they want to do. That's the only way, because freedom is a two-way stream, isn't it? Yes? Now, is somebody physically torturing you? If that is so, you come, we'll take you away, because then you need to be protected. Nobody is physically torturing you, they're just doing what they want to do, they're saying what they want to say. Are they just saying just what they know? Isn't it? So, who is causing the mess within you? Yourself. Because somewhere you believe if you become angry, if you become miserable, it may pay off. And it does sometimes. If there are more miserable people around you who value your misery, it pays off, isn't it? Yes? If you act miserable in the house, you get many things. If you're joyful, maybe you don't get. Isn't it so? So you learn the trick. But what you need to understand is the trick is double-edged. If you're miserable, whatever the hell you get, it doesn't mean anything. If you're joyful, you don't get anything, so who cares? So, this is not just your trick. Everybody around you has always been playing this trick. And you thought that's the way. But what is it that you want? You want to be joyful or miserable? So just be the way you want to be. Does it infringe on anybody? Does it infringe on anybody? No. Now I want to smoke. If I do, now this is going to cause some disturbance to somebody. I want to just be happy. Is it infringing on anybody's anything? Is it, I'm asking? So you be the way you want to be, who's stopping you? You cannot do whatever you want to do, but you can be the way you want to be, isn't it? Yes? Can anybody stop you? Others need not even know that you're joyful. If they like a miserable face, give it to them. If they like miserable faces, give it to them, but you can still be joyful, isn't it? Right now we'll experiment, okay? Right now a lot of faces are looking joyful. I want you to maintain the same joy and look miserable. Do it now. Do it now. Let me see. You don't smile at me. Show me a miserable face being joyful within you. You must practice. This is not a miserable… I want to see a miserable face, really I'm asking. Do it, let me see. Do it. Don't smile at me. Please do it. See, this will be needed in your home. If you're all the time ha 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 ha, they'll go crazy. Sometimes they expect a miserable face. What's so spiritual about you, all this damn yoga, hi, and all? What's the problem? Action should be the way the situation demands. Have I not been insisting on this all the time? Everything that you do is actually act, isn't it so? Either you do it consciously or you do it compulsively. If you do it compulsively, you think it's real, but actually it's an act, isn't it so? Everything is cooked up in your head, isn't it, whatever you do? So it's anyway an act. So do you want to do it consciously or do you want to do it compulsively? That's all the choice is. So you do it compulsively and you think it's real, it's a foolish way to exist. It's anyway an act, at least do it consciously, then life will be beautiful. If you do it compulsively, it looks like a trap. It's not a trap. Life is not a trap, because the exit is always there, wide open. Yes or no? Yes or no? Life is not a trap. The exit is always open, everybody is trying to dodge the exit. No? So, if the exit was closed, only then you can call it a trap, isn't it? The exit is always wide open. One moment if you don't take care, you'll be dead. The exit is wide open. Your whole life is to somehow not to reach the exit. Isn't it so? So it is not a trap. It is just that if you think that your acts are all real, then it feels like a trap. Whatever you think, feel and do is your act, isn't it so? Yes or no? When you do not realize it's your act, you think it's God-given instructions. You'll start hearing voices. When you hear voices, it's very clear you need treatment. Really. I'm not saying anything, but God is great, but He doesn't have vocal cords. Did you know this? You didn't know this? You didn't know this? And He definitely does not know Tamil. See, all the gods you worship came from the north. So how do you think He knew Tamil? Maybe Rama picked up some Tamil because he came down south. But Krishna, Shiva, no Tamil, I'm telling you, believe me. So if you hear voices in Tamil language, obviously you are heading towards the couch. Furniture is coming up. So, If you ask this one, this wants to be as pleasant as possible, isn't it? Yes? You want to know the highest state of pleasantness, isn't it so? So who is stopping you? No, but they're doing this. They're doing what they like. You be the way you want to be. If you establish your way of being, then whatever you do is just a question of the situation. Depending on what kind of situations when they exist, accordingly we act. Action is as the situation demands and offers, isn't it? How to be is yours. If you've decided how to be that way, perform action as it is necessary. But he must be punished. Either by you or somebody, he must be punished. What kind of punishment do you normally give to people? Already enough punishment has been given, isn't it? Already it's been given. The ugliness, the nastiness, the silent treatment, everything has happened. So what more punishment you want to give? Your thing is there is no remorse on the other side. There's no remorse on the other side because people are doing what they want to do, not what you want them to do, always. And that may not be in your interest, but they're doing what they want to do. Is it right, wrong? I'm not going into the morality of it. I want you to understand the mechanics of the situation. Somebody is doing what they want to do. Now you think they must be punished. Probably they have not broken any law, otherwise they would be anyway punished. They're breaking an understanding between two people. Probably you misunderstood the understanding. You believed that these understandings are absolute. They are not. Nowhere in the history of humanity or today or in any time in future will human relationships be absolute. Though every person who gets little romantic believes that this is going to be an absolute relationship, there is no such thing about it. A relationship is a variable, always. You have to conduct it on a daily basis. One day if you don't conduct it properly, it may go somewhere. Yes or no? No, please look at it as it is. You have to conduct it right. So, no, I'm doing my best. Obviously somebody feels your best is not good enough for them. No, I want you to come to terms with this. This is not about… I'm not saying what they're doing is right or wrong, that's not for me to say. All I'm saying is, this is how human beings are functioning for ages and still are. I'm saying, first of all, you need to understand, relationships will never ever be absolute. There will be variables that it's juggling that you have to do. If you're juggling with fireballs, sometimes it'll spill out. Takes lot of skill and attention. Yes or no? You married, many of you. Doesn't it take a lot of skill and attention? Yes. If you don't pay any attention, you don't know what the hell is happening. It takes a lot of attention, isn't it? Someone just called me from some country in Europe and, "Sadhguru, I'm just doing housework, come and save me." Take me away to your ashram, I'm just doing housework. She's washing dishes and stuff. Well, very affluent, but has 4 children. So all the time there is something to do endlessly. And today the maid did not turn up, so you have to wash the dishes. 4 children are there, You got to wash the dishes, you got to wash everything. So I'm saying, you need to understand this. A relationship is a variable reality. It is not an absolute reality. If you want to have an absolute relationship, you must hold relationships with the dead. That's the reason why a lot of people choose God, because it's an absolute. You can handle it whichever way you want. If you didn't think of him for 10 days, and on the 11th day if you think of him, he's still there. You do that to your husband or wife or somebody, then something else will happen. You went away, got busy, forgot about God for 3 years. Again you can think, still there. So if you want to have an absolute relationship, you should not choose human beings. Human relationships are variables, needs lot of attention. So that's why some people decide in their life they don't have the time and the energy to manage such things, so they take another path where there is no such obligation. They close their eyes, they're by themselves, they don't care who is around them, what's around them. So you can't do that. I think it's best. In trying to punish somebody, you will only end up punishing yourself. They're doing what they want to do. It's best that you see what is it that you really want with your life. You don't have to react to them and do something stupid like them. You just have to sit down and look at this. When your illusions are broken, you're disillusioned right now, it's a very good thing. If your illusions are broken, that means life is bringing you closer to reality, isn't it? So this is an opportunity for you to sit down and see, what is the nature of my life? Why is it? See, this piece of life is a complete piece of life, isn't it so? Is it half a life? Are you a half a life or a full life? Full life. Why is it that it feels so incomplete that it needs another person to fill this life? Why is it? It's time to look at it, isn't it? If this is a full life, this is complete by itself. But right now, you made it in such a way that this cannot exist with that one and that one, without that one and that one and that one. So somewhere it's an incomplete life, or at least it has not realized the fullness of its nature, isn't it? This is a complete piece of life, packed with creator and creation together. Very great combination. If you… this is a time when life knocks at your door like this, it's time you look deeper rather than reacting and trying to fix somebody else. Punishing somebody else is not going to transform your life, not going to make your life beautiful in any way. Some sick satisfaction you'll have for 2 days, after that you'll feel guilty about that also. Yes, initially when this emotion is hot, it gives you satisfaction. After some time when you look back, you'll feel ashamed of yourself. So don't go that way. This is an opportunity. Somebody is opening up a spiritual dimension for you, really. Somebody is making you realize how fragile all these things are. They can cheat you, they can run away, they can divorce you, or they can fall dead, isn't it? If they fall dead, you wouldn't think that he cheated me. Would you think? No. But whichever way you denied, isn't it? The important thing is you denied something. How he did it is not the problem. He denied you something either by death or divorce or cheating or whatever you call it. But essentially you got denied. You can be denied only because you are in a certain illusory state of believing that this is half a life and it needs another half from somewhere. No, this is a complete life. If you blossom as a complete life, you will see relationships will be of a completely different nature. It will be more of coming together and sharing, not of extracting. It has to transform. If it has to transform, you have to transform. This is a great opportunity somebody has given you. Stop using this word, somebody cheated me. Just say somebody is pushing you towards ultimate reality from an illusory state. We must thank that person. We must be grateful. Instead of keeping you in an illusion, instead of keeping you in your life for a whole lifetime, so soon they're making you realize this. Otherwise you will know this at the time of your death. Yes. You'll know at the time of your death, when you're dying, I'm scared, why don't you come with me? You'll say, no. So at that last moment, instead of knowing, it's better to know now.